This is a little video on how to place an auction item on GavelOne.com. First thing we want to do is to log in. So click on that. And my name is Tom Jones. That's my username. We registered that earlier. And the password is that. Okay. Once the username and password are entered, then you can click on Login. And it will take you to your account page. There it is, your account page. There's a big rundown on the left-hand side as to how to accomplish many things on GavelOne. This is strictly about you. Notice your name is up here, welcome, and your name. And then My Account. Anytime you want to get back to this page, you can click on My Account and it will take you back to this page. Take some time and go through each of these: active listings, expired listings, messages, understand what they mean. But for now, we want to simply enter a new listing, and here's how we do it. You'll see right here where it says Add Items, we're going to say New Auction. And the moment we do that, it brings up all the categories, what we call the primary categories. We have secondary or subcategories as well. For now, I want to sell my cat. She's not very happy about that, but we're going to sell her anyway, as kind of an explanation. Okay, so I clicked on For Sale, and I have Animals. And notice down here, it tells me that the category Main is For Sale, and the sub is Animals. We need a title for this. This is the title that everybody sees when they go out there and they start looking at the auction items. We're going to say Lazy Old Cat. Lazy Old Cat. And that pretty well sums it up for her as well. And then we'll scroll down a little bit and we'll see that the next item will be the description. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but you'll get the hang of it. Lazy Old Cat who doesn't eat much but sleeps a lot. And you get the drift of that. And you can put in, you can see up to 2,000 characters, and that should give you more than enough information. Next thing you'll see is type of auction. You can't change this. All of our auctions at GavelOne are standard auctions. You can change the quantity, however. But since I only have one old cat, whose name is Joan, we'll just leave it at 1. Duration is a very important thing, and we'll have other videos as well to talk about how to select the proper duration. But in this case, we want to say, let's give it a month. A month. That'll be enough time for people to see it without losing interest in the item. We're going to have a starting bid. We're going to call it $5. She's got to be worth $5 anyway. She thinks she's worth a little bit more than that. But anyway. Reserve price, I'm going to leave blank. There's a lot of controversy about putting in a reserve price. What it tells everybody is once they've achieved that reserve price, when the little notation comes up and says reserve price has been met, everybody knows we're not going to go much beyond that to satisfy the needs of the seller. So I like to leave reserve price blank. If the least amount of money that I take is $5, that's my starting bid, and I'll leave reserve price blank. You'll get more bids, believe me. The same thing is true with buy now price. If you put a price of, let's say, $200 in there, then somebody's going to offer $200 and that's it. They know that that's really what you want. And you may not want to bid it up that high. So again, I encourage you, don't use the buy now price unless you really feel you have to. Now the next thing that you see is down here where it says prices apply to. Prices apply to. And that means if you have a number of items back here in quantity of items, let's say you've got 3 items, you need to tell the person who's looking at the auction exactly, what does this price apply to? Is it per item or is it for the group? Let's say you've got 5 cats that you want to sell. So the price that you put down here as the minimum starting bid, you want to make absolutely sure that it's clear that it's for the entire lot and not $5 per cat. The next thing is how you, as the seller, are going to take payment from the buyer. Well, if you're not a merchant, you obviously don't have Visa, MasterCard, or American Express as a means of accepting payment. You may have, and we encourage you to have a PayPal account. And you can either click on this link or simply put paypal.com in the browser and you can create an account for yourself. And those accounts, in case you're not aware of it, PayPal looks at the email address of each account holder. So that's what it's going to be looking for. Enter your PayPal ID or open a PayPal account. Gavel One accepts only PayPal. Well, that's true for us, but it's not necessarily true for you. Also, if you're taking any cash or any kind of payment at all, it should be either cash or money order. We really discourage you taking personal checks. I mean, if you want to, understand it's really at your own risk. Okay, let's go down further. Contact information, you've already put that in when you registered. Delivery of the item, how do you want it delivered? Will you deliver it to the buyer? And this is incidentally after he's already paid. Do you want the buyer to pick up the item from you after you've already been paid? Or for a charge of $9.95, we will provide a courier who will pick up the item from your home and drop it off at the buyer's home, assuming, this is the big assuming, that it's all within the same zip code area. In this case, we're going to say the buyer can pick it up at my home. This next portion is very important. Notice it says here, if you do not wish to have your location disclosed to the public, remove the address from the box below. So if you leave your address in, what will happen, it will Google map on the listing and show where you live. Maybe you don't want that to be known. If you don't want it to be known, then just simply take the information out of the mapping address. Next thing is to select a file. Select a file. That means I want to find the photo of my old cat. Okay, so we're going to go into this, and I'm going to zoom down. This has a lot of my pictures that I've taken at random, and I'm looking for a nice picture. There's a good picture of my good friend Joan. We're going to put that in there, and we're going to put a title to it and say, Joan the cat. Okay? And then upload that photo. You'll notice up here that there's a progress bar, and depending on how big a picture this is, it will either have a lot of pixels, a very high quality picture, or a few pixels, a very low number of pixels, a low quality picture. In any case, a high quality picture will take a fair amount of time to upload. And see here, it's what, 2,402,000 bytes for that picture. So it's now uploading the picture from your computer. And you can have up to 8 different pictures. You see here? The first one always is the one that comes up as a default image, if you will. And there it is. Okay? I also notice that I have a capital C and a capital A, and we're going to fix that in a little bit when I show you how to edit. Okay? Now, if you have a promotional code put in when you registered originally, you will not have any costs here at all. If you have a Twitter account, you want to enter your Twitter account username in here. If not, leave it blank. Notice that there are no charges for title bolding, no charges for better placement, no charges for a featured listing. So, with that said, I'm going to put in a featured listing because that will show a picture of my friend Joan in with all of the featured listings. So I can put that in there. I don't want better placement, I don't want title bolding, but again, it's at no charge anyway. Now click Next Step. Don't hit the red one because it'll cancel everything you put in. And this is the shopping cart, and as we mentioned, if you have a promotional code, generally it means you'll have no charges whatsoever, and then we'll hit the check out, and that's that. And we're done. Okay? Now, let's go back to home and make sure that, even though it says, congratulations, your listing is now been placed. Let's go back to this home page and let's see if I can find Joan the cat as we go through these. And there's Joan the cat. And if I click on Joan the cat here, it will bring up the entire listing as we talked about. Notice though, we have a little problem here with Joan the cat, and maybe I want to say a little bit more in the description. Maybe I haven't really given her enough of a build-up. So what I'm going to do is to go back to my account. And you can go back to this at any time. That appears on every page on the website, my account. And what I want to do now is to look at my active listings, and that would be the one that I just put in. And there's Joan. If you had 15 listings, you'll see 15 pictures, and you'll see each of the basic descriptions up here. Or you can find it by putting in partial names of things. In this case, this is the one I want to manage. And really what I want to do is edit. And you see there's edit, and to the right of it is an X if I wanted to delete the listing. And then if I wanted to copy the listing because I've got another item that's similar to this, I can do that and make some changes and so forth and so on. Right now, I just want to edit the listing. So I click on the little pencil. What is it I want to edit? Well, I want to add some more details to the description. So I'll say edit details. There it is again, lazy old cat who doesn't eat much but sleeps a lot. But gives much love during her awake times. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. I can also check, edit some of these other things. Maybe I want to change the minimum starting bid. Maybe I want to change a lot of things. Then I hit continue. Continue. Then I can look at the preview of the changes that I've made, or I can simply say, I'm done. I'm finished with the editing, and click on it. Now, let me emphasize this. You can make any of these changes, as long as the first bid has not been made. Understand? If there are no bids on your listing, you can make changes. After that point, then you need to begin to explain why you made changes. And in some cases, you can't change it. You can't change prices, as an example. So, I mean, there are some things that, if you're going to make some changes in the listing at all, make sure you look at it. Ask your friends to look at it on the internet. They may say, well, why didn't you say, that she has a lot of fur? Or why didn't you say that she knows how to bathe herself or something? And you may want to go back and change the listing. But as soon as the first listing bid is made, then it's kind of a different ball game entirely.